So obviously, it's your senior year. How has that made like the season just good for you?
Kind of like Madeline said, it's everyone's last time, every senior's last time on the court, and we just want to make the best of it. And it's obviously going to be hard, like leaving this kind of team with the chemistry that we've built throughout the season. But I don't know, we're just gonna give the rest of our season our all, just like we have been. So.
What were your expectations coming to the season? Obviously, you're 17-1 now. Did you expect that? Did you expect to be a little worse, or are you just kind of going with it?
Yeah, I didn't personally. I didn't really know what to expect, especially since I haven't really played with any of these girls before, or I don't know, just coming to a new school. But we all just kind of got along. The chemistry is just really good, and I feel like that helps us a lot on the court.
And obviously, you play Brookfield in 2 games on Thursday. Do you have a mindset going into that since they gave you your only loss of the season so far?
That loss is, we're still pretty angry about it. We're using it as motivation. They know they can beat us, obviously, from last time, and we just got to bring it and bring our A game, and we'll be good.
So, finishing out the season, are you guys going to keep doing what you're doing? Or are you going to change things up?
I mean, obviously the first half of the season, what we did the first half isn't good enough for the second half, like our head coach always says. And going into playoffs, we just got to keep putting in the work and pushing ourselves every day in practice.
And then entering the playoffs, do you guys have a mindset going into that, or are you just riding the waves?
Yeah, kind of like Madeline said, go big or go home. We want to make the most of it, especially since in playoffs you don't know if this is your last time on the court with each other. And we just want to go out playing our hardest every playoff game.
All right, thank you. Okay, so obviously it's your senior year. How has that kind of made the season better for you?
I think it just pushes us to work harder, especially knowing that this is the last time we're going to be all on the floor together, and we've just built a lot of chemistry playing with each other since freshman year, so I think that really helps, especially since we have 4 seniors in our starting lineup, so it really helps with chemistry and stuff.
When you guys started the season, did you expect to be 17-1, or did you expect to be a little worse?
I don't know. I don't think we really knew exactly what to expect. Just with summer leagues and stuff, it was kind of hard to gauge where we would be. But I mean, obviously, we're really happy to be 17-1.
In 2 games, you guys play Brookfield again, and they're actually the team that gave you that one loss. How are you guys preparing for that game?
I mean, obviously we're going to do our homework, and we know we have to bring a lot more and be ready, especially from the beginning, which is what we kind of lacked the last time we played them.
And then finishing out the season, what are you guys hoping to do?
I mean, we're obviously hoping to win the league and win districts. I think that's probably everyone's goal when they go into it, so that's what we're hoping to do again.
And then going into the playoffs, do you guys have a specific mindset, or are you guys just going to keep doing what you're doing?
I mean, I guess the mindset is just go big or go home. I mean, we're just playing to keep our season going, so that's more of a driving factor, I guess.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
first, I want to congratulate you on the season you've had so far. But before getting into like the team, you're obviously a teacher. How do you balance that, like coaching life and your teaching life?
Oh, it's not the easiest thing to do. I probably, especially during season.
Oh yeah.
Classroom time is precious time, and it's hard to flip that switch. Thankfully, I've got a prep period at the very end of the day, so I get about a half hour to kind of be able to decompress a little bit before practice. But yeah, it is definitely a tough balance. There are some days where definitely want to be doing more of the sporting type stuff than the classroom stuff, but you know, the classroom stuff is what pays the bills. That's what the focus is on, and that's the part that you know, takes up the majority of the time, and that extra time then is right into the coaching side.
And did you teach any of your girls like in class, and did that like help build the relationship?
Yeah, I had pretty much all of them, except for maybe one or two. But yeah, over the years, I've pretty much had all of them. So it's kind of interesting having them in 7th grade and hearing, like I had groups that have come through that have said, you know, we want to be the next such and such, or wait till we get into high school, we're going to do this, or we're going to win this, or we're going to win that. And then it's kind of interesting how some of that plays out, and so you can kind of remind them, hey, remember back 7th grade when you said you were going to do this, that you did. So.
Now back to the team. How are you guys preparing, especially for Brookfield on Thursday, with how they handed you the one loss of your season, but now they're coming here, and how are you preparing for that?
I mean, we got, you know, with having Crestview before, you know, that's the biggie. Brookfield game, you know, in another week is going to be, you know, they're the team, you know, that did knock us off, and so, you know, that's been kind of a motivating factor is that feeling that we got, like, you don't want to have that feeling again, so you kind of keep that as your card that you play when a drill isn't going so good. It's like, hey, well, remember, this is what happened because of this, or hey, this is what happened because of that. So, yeah, I mean, it definitely has been a focus, but really, even throughout the year, we really haven't focused as much on opponents as we focused on trying to make ourselves as good as we can be.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes we clutter our brains with thinking about all the scouting reports and all the assignments that we have, and if we can just focus on, okay, this is what we do, this is what we do well, this is what we can improve on. That's really helped us this year.
And coming into the season, did you expect to be 17-1?
No. No. I mean,
yeah.
I've coached for 26 years now, both boys and girls. You know, 16 years on the girls' side, 10 years on the boys' side. Even the best teams I've had never have been 17-1 at 18 games into the season. This group is unique. You know, everybody wants to compare it. You know, for 16 years now, so I've got a lot of teams here that I can compare them to. People ask, well, what do you think about the 2017 team, or what about the 2015 team, or what about, you know, the 2022 team? Every team is very unique. The dynamics of the team. This group's dynamics are very different than past. Not necessarily from an athlete standpoint, as really a camaraderie standpoint. From a, you know, this group really likes each other. They do a lot of things, a lot more off the court stuff than previous years. And I think that's been one of those things that's, you know, helped us. And so when it comes to crunch time, we can kind of lean on each other and say, you know, I've got their back, they've got my back, and they know how to, you know, how to rise to that occasion.
And there's only 4 games left in this season.
Yeah.
How are you, like...
It's tough. Like, you know, you tell the seniors, you know, at the beginning of the year, you know, we can guarantee you 23 games. You know, the 22 of the season plus 1 tournament game. You don't know. And then anything after that is just gravy. And I think for some of the seniors, it has started to set in a little bit. Like, oh my God, I only have so many more opportunities. Thankfully, we've got a big chunk at home, so that's kind of nice because we've played a good chunk on the road in a row. But we're going to finish up the year at home. But it's just amazing. Like when you put that practice schedule together at the beginning of the year and you start looking at that whole thing, you know, February seems so far.
Oh, yeah.
And now it's upon us, and it's like, you know, we just had draw, and those you go through Twitter and you see these different teams that are winning league titles and you know, talking about getting all stuff, and it's hard. And you know, basketball, unlike football, you don't really have that time to savor those good victories because it's, you know, within 2 nights, 3 nights, bang, you're right back at it, and you could, you know, be on that winning track again or go down
Yeah.
the other road. Football, you play on Friday, you get the weekend to kind of enjoy it, and then you're back to work really, Monday, Tuesday, really. So it's really hard that you kind of can't really look back. That's one of the things that I've tried to do for myself is, winning's hard.
Yeah.
People don't really understand, and winning consistently, like for us, it's been a decade that we've been able to have this success. And, it may make it look easy when you play against certain opponents and stuff, but like it takes a lot of work, a lot of effort. And so, I keep telling the girls, there've been a couple games where we've been kind of mopey about it, after a win. It's like, enjoy the win. Like this stuff doesn't happen. I mean, 26 years of coaching, I've never been 17-1. I've never had a team that's been 17-1. So it's a rarity. So you need to take the time to enjoy it. And at the end, then you can look back. But right now, the focus is on getting ready for Thursday and getting ready for Crestfield.
And going into the playoffs, how are you keeping your team like grounded and just ready for anything?
I think the fact that we're in a league race is helping. I've had teams in the past where the league is over, so you do have to really focus on trying to get a tournament run. With this group, we're in the middle of a tournament. We're in the middle of a league chase. So, it is trying to stay focused. Yeah, we had a tournament draw. Yeah, we know who we're going to play. Yeah, we've looked at bracket. But like right now, it's like, these next 2 games are the most important games because they're the next 2, and Thursday's the most important because it's the next one. And so it's really trying to focus. And it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
The kids aren't stupid. They get on social media. Everybody's blowing things up. I get all that. But if you can stay grounded in the moment, I think you have an opportunity to have that success.
And do you have any just final thoughts about like how your team performed this season?
I think we've had our moments. I think we've had some moments where the thing I love about this group is like they're genuinely excited for each other.
Yeah.
Like you have the people who get the headlines, you have the people who are doing the scoring, you have the glamour players, and then you have the players who just do their job and they don't get all the glorious stats. But like when they do something, everybody gets excited.
Yeah.
The bench is jumping up and down, and I think that's one of the things that's really carried us is having that extra energy. And even sometimes they don't realize how big of a part they are in motivating the players that are on the floor. And so any little words of encouragement, any clapping, any cheering, that goes a long way. You might not always, get the headlines, get the stat lines, but it's just playing that pivotal role that's allowing us to have the successful year we've had.
Awesome. Thank you.
Cool.